insane personal record and eventually claim it.
I also feel like Ronaldo isn't going to hit insane numbers in Serie A. He's not going to hit the, 40, 50 goals he hit in La Liga. He's not going to do that in Serie A. I think Serie A now has more average goals per game than any other league in Europe, so that it is the goaliest league. But I feel like Ronaldo now is getting 20, 25, 30. He's not going to be hitting the numbers that he was, and I think maybe he won't get it. But if he hears this by chance, this will be the motivation, like Michael Jordan in The Last Dance. Like, I took that personally. This may be the motivation to push him on and win it. Who knows? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I'm also backing Lewandowski. I think that he has a real chance at it. There is another player that is sort of set to eventually win the Ballon d'Or throughout his career. He's still very young. This year he could have a shot at it. I'm talking about Kylian Bappe. I don't think that playing for PSG, though, is necessarily something good for winning the Ballon d'Or. In fact, the last player to win the Ballon d'Or while playing in France was Papin in 1991 when he still played for Marseille.
That's when they won the European Cup. I think that was the year they won the European Cup. So, yeah, I feel like when you're playing in Liga, and I get tired of people calling it a farmers league or calling any league a farmers league. It just seems massively disrespectful. But while he's playing in France, he's not going to win it because the league isn't respected widely enough. I think it would take him to move. Now, this is a conversation we've had in the past. I don't know where he would move to because I don't know who can afford him. Mm-hmm. But I think it would take him to move somewhere else for him to win it. No matter, even if he scored 70 goals in Ligue 1 this year, if he didn't win the Champions League, they're not going to give it to him.
Yeah, what I think is that we all know what kind of player Kylian Bappe is. He's got already a World Cup. He's super young still. The thing is that he still needs to show that in crucial games, he can be the game changer. And when he will do that leap at that point, we can talk about him as a potential Ballon d'Or frontrunner or potentially winner.
Well, this is it. And I think something that we've already said, but you have to remind yourself is that how young he is. Mm-hmm. Like how crazy young he is. He's still so early in his development that he'll get there. We all know he'll get there. But I think it's just a bit too early for him. And he needs to join maybe, I don't know, Arsenal. And then he can win the Ballon d'Or at Arsenal. Come on, Kylian. I know you love Arsene Wenger. I know you loved Arsenal growing up. Just do it.
I don't see Kylian Bappe ever wearing an Arsenal shirt. I see
it every night as I fall asleep.
I can very well picture him wearing a Blancos kit at Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, he's made for Real Madrid.
That kit is made for him. Yeah. But also this brings us to the fact that the Ballon d'Or is kind of a strange award. Me, personally, I don't like individual awards in football because we are talking about a team sport. I do understand why this prize was instituted. But at the same time, I feel like today, we're talking about it earlier, there are too many players who want to win the Ballon d'Or and
above team achievements. I don't know. I find it really weird when I think it was Mbappe actually who said, like, a journalist asked him, "What's your dream?" He said to win the Ballon d'Or. Like, you should be in tennis or something, man. If you're after individual awards, go for an individual sport. But I feel like, without getting too like half deep, like I feel like it's kind of a shift of how society's going as well, of like the more individualistic approach. Yeah, sorry, but I feel like in all society, things are getting more individualistic, and it's bled its way into football now, where it's more important. Like Neymar is the absolute definition of an individual player, and more about him later, where he cares more about what he wins than what the team wins. And I feel like this is an attitude that's getting into football more, and I don't like it.
Yeah, just think about Francesco Totti. He could have won the Ballon d'Or.
He could have won everything.
He could have won everything if only he had made a very simple move to Real Madrid, who desperately wanted him. But he said, I don't care about a personal achievement. All I want is for my hometown to lift the trophy. He succeeded in that. All praise to Francesco Totti.
And, he retired, and he will, pass this mortal coil at some point as a very happy man because he did that.
Yeah, and I think that if you ask Francesco Totti, I don't know if anybody has ever asked him, how do you feel about not having ever won the Ballon d'Or? I'm sure he doesn't give a damn. No. But also today we wanted to talk about the most notable cases when there were other players other than Messi and Ronaldo who kind of were supposed to win the Ballon d'Or and didn't.
Yeah, so as a future underappreciated podcast, we feel like we want to shout out the underappreciated players in this Messi-Ronaldo dominated era. And the first player, Tommy, I know you're excited to start talking about this guy. I can see his hard on from here. He is going to start talking about Wesley Sneijder in 2010.
Okay, talking about robberies, that was a big robbery. So in the 2009-2010 season, right when the transfer window was about to shut down, Jose Mourinho, who was at the time managing Inter Milan, managed to snatch Sneijder, who was just warming up the bench at Real Madrid, brought him to Inter, and in the first game he played for Inter against AC Milan, he hit the post after, I believe, 5-10 minutes, and everybody were like, oh my God.
We've got a player here.
Mourinho was right. You know, and Mourinho was not always right about the Quaresmas and whatnot.
Oh, no, let's not dig out Quaresma. I love Quaresma,
right, yeah,
but we've not got time. Right.
When we did see that game where Sneijder was playing, we were just like, all of us in France, we've got a player. That season, well, I repeated since Netflix's special about coaches featuring also Mourinho did not go too much in depth.
It wasn't just about Inter, you mean?
No, well, they talked about Inter for 2 minutes, and that honestly pissed me off. But the thing is that Inter won the treble that season, and Sneijder was a key element in that Inter team. He was the playmaker. So that team was a team of warriors, a team of goal scorer like Milito and Eto'o, but the real playmaker was Sneijder. If you do not remember the pass that he pinpointed to Eto'o at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, go watch that again, because that's insane. So he concluded that season winning the treble with Inter Milan. In 41 games, he had 8 goals and 15 assists.
That's crazy.
6 of which were in the Champions League. He played a crucial part against the Dynamo Kiev, when Inter seemed doomed to not make it to the round of 16. He assisted Milito, and then he scored a last-minute goal. He had a key role that season. And then, what happened that summer? There was the World Cup.
Well, I wanted to talk about his World Cup campaign, because obviously now Holland, the way they played that final meant that their tournament was kind of ended in disgrace. And I think people remember them now as they went out and just tried to kick the shit out of Spain. But the whole way through that tournament, they had played some of the most beautiful football, possibly only behind Spain in the kind of attraction stakes of beautiful football. And Wesley Sneijder was absolutely key to that. I was looking into his statistics for that World Cup, 5 goals and an assist, including 2 goals in the quarterfinal against Brazil and then 1 in the semi-final against Uruguay. Like, that is stepping up at the big stage, key moments. What a year that guy had.
He could have had 1 more assist in the World Cup if only Arjen Robben hadn't shit his pants and just shot the ball against.
I think Holland are just destined not to win it.
That was very painful to watch, because that was an incredible laser point pass from Sneijder to Robben. Robben started running, then Casillas just shut him down, and we all know how that final ended. Iniesta scored in extra time, and Spain claimed the trophy.
Well, there's one more thing I want to reference about his time at Inter was his link-up play. When I was watching, looking back over the week, his link-up play with Milito seemed absolutely crazy. Every assist just seemed to be Milito on the end. And I know you love Milito as well, so you can go again.
We will have a special of 1 hour and a half only about the treble season, when Inter will lift the Champions League at the end of this year.
Of course,
right?
yeah. Guys, write the date down. Write this date down.
Don't forget I said that. But yeah, so that to me was the first real robbery that I witnessed, talking about the Ballon d'Or in the Messi-Ronaldo era. Because Messi had an incredible season that year. He was the top scorer in La Liga. He did win La Liga. But scoring a shit ton of goals, is that enough to claim the Ballon d'Or?
Well, yeah, it seemed like by that point it was just default Ronaldo or Messi. There was a stage where it got to just every year, well, there's only them to be considered, so 1 or 2 kind of flip a coin is that one. So I feel like by that stage it was kind of default.
And the second most notable case was Ribery in 2013, another treble winner who was not able to claim the Ballon d'Or because Ronaldo won it that year. Rory, how do you feel about Ribery? I know you've got quite a few things to say.
Well, I referenced it before about how Arsenal always got the kind of difficult draws in the Champions League. And this was in the pomp of the Arsenal versus Bayern saga in which we never came out on top. But interestingly, this year we did beat them in Munich, but still went out on away goals. But anyway, Arsenal is not what we're talking about. Ribery this year, this team in particular still gives me nightmares. Him and Robben on the wing. The thing with Ribery
FIFA-like team, right?
Yeah, and the thing with Ribery, again, watching back, he doesn't just pop up on the left. He pops up on the right, in the centre. He just goes where he wants. He cuts inside, like Robben, cuts inside on his right foot, on his left foot, doesn't matter, top corner, or he puts in a great through ball, puts someone in. I think Mario Gomez has a lot to thank him for in this season. It seemed that he always put the ball, put it on a plate for him. In the Bundesliga, he got an incredible 10 goals and 15 assists in 27 games. And in the Champions League, he got 2 assists away in the semi-final at Barcelona. And he, of course, assisted the goal in the final against Dortmund.
That was an incredible goal. I was so happy for Robben that day.
I was back in Dortmund. Yeah, I always love an underdog. But anyway, that guy, you can see just in the statistics I've given there, how he popped up at key moments, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. And yeah, he ran where he liked. He ran where he liked and he did damage everywhere. I think he's a player that people weirdly, because he only played at Bayern, because Bundesliga isn't one of the leagues we focus on, that people might not think of him as one of the greats because it wasn't La Liga, Serie A, Premier League. But he needs to go down as one of the greats of our era.
Oh, yeah. And if you haven't watched the game that Fiorentina played against Inter the other night, please take a look at how Ribery plays football. It's a veteran who just leads by example his way younger teammates, and that was absolutely beautiful to watch.
Yeah, guys, we're talking about him in 2013, and last weekend he's still affecting games
7 years later. So in 2013, Ribery did not notoriously win the Ballon d'Or because Ronaldo claimed it by scoring 55 goals in 55 games.
Okay, fair play, right?
Fair play, but at the same time, is it about how good you are, or is it about how essential you are to make your team win?
Well, this is, again, a kind of argument that I had in my head over the week, which was, okay, is it your individual performances, or is it what you led your team to win? And this is the argument you're always going to have in your head when there's an individual award in a team sport. Exactly. It's which one are we rewarding? Selfishness? No. Selfishness seems harsh on Ronaldo, but I'm going to say it. Selfishness, or are we rewarding contributing to the greater good? I don't know. I think I would rather go for contributing to the greater good. And I think Ribery did that more effectively that year. But then you can definitely see how someone scoring 55 goals in 55 games, you might go, but we have to give it to this guy, right?
Yeah. So these two cases, the Sneijder and the Ribery case, were the closest cases in which a player, I think, should have won the Ballon d'Or but didn't. And then there were 2 more cases, Neymar in 2015 and Van Dijk in 2019. Van Dijk in 2019 never got dribbled past except once by Leroy Sané. He did win the Champions League. In the end, Messi went on to claim the Ballon d'Or. And in 2015, Neymar, who was playing in the same team as Messi, he had an incredible season. He scored 39 goals in 51 games, 10 of which in the Champions League.
And 7, there was a 5-game streak of scoring. He scored 7 goals in those games, 3 against PSG over 2 legs, and 3 against Bayern over 2 legs. So he, again, showing up on the big stage. I don't particularly like Neymar, but that season you have to say he showed up. And the goals against PSG, he runs half of the pitch, rounds the keeper.
He won that
against
game.
Bayern, he shows great composure, putting Neuer on his arse before he puts it in the corner. He was on fire that season. But again, I think you have to say, well, it's Messi, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. We've been blessed to live in an era where Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi were just breaking records, winning Ballon d'Ors.
So much when they go.
You all know that Cristiano Ronaldo is going to win another Ballon d'Or, so they make it 6 and 6.
Yeah.
But that's a different story. So that was it for the weekly topic. And Rory, how do you feel about guessing the mysterious player?
See, now I said I was confident last time and I didn't get it, so no comment.
All right.